Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Risa, and this is Talent Talk.
On today's show, we are speaking with acclaimed singer-songwriter FIONA Culley. But before we get to our interview with her,
you have to take a listen to her beautiful new single, Surrender All.
You right my wrongs in surrender.
welcome to another edition of Talent Talk. I am once again joined by my co-host and better half, Risa Binder. And I'm so excited that today we are joined by the acclaimed singer-songwriter, FIONA Culley. FIONA, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yay! Thank you, Will and Risa.
We have our new theme song, Risa. And on that note, I know you have question number one for our superstar guest.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, FIONA, you know I love you so much. But we've never really talked about like your kind of like beginning of getting into music. Was there like a song or a person or someone you heard that song or you saw that show and you were like, I want to be a singer? Or yeah, that's my question.
There was actually, it was a long time. I mean, I was really young. My dad sings like, oh my gosh, his voice is like a cross between Sting and like Simply Red. Captain, like he's stupid good. It's insane. And he used to drive this old Toyota truck, and I was his favorite. Don't tell my siblings. And whenever we would be in the car, like he would play Maggie May by Rod Stewart, and Rod Stewart, and he would sing it, and I would be like, yes, Dad, and we would just sing it together. And that was when I was like, yes, like music makes me happy. Like that was like the first kind of like introduction to music. And then apparently my mom said that I said this really obnoxious thing to her when I was about, surprise, when I was about 7 or 8. It was like maths homework or something. I was like, I don't need to know how to do this because I'm gonna be a singer, so you better get me some singing lessons instead of lessons. And she was like, she's an accountant, by the way, so you can imagine that went down like the Titanic. She was like,
hashtag boss lady since day one. And I want to know, FIONA, well, I just want to give a little background. For more on FIONA, by the way, you can read more about her right below this video. But FIONA, the trajectory of your career is one that it seems like it could have been part of a movie. There's a romanticism of, you know, the artist from London making it to the States. You had a meeting there, the English language, Will, good for you. You had a meeting with Darius Rucker through a mutual friend, just to meet. He's obviously the frontman of Hootie and the Blowfish, and it was his blessing that activated some people to think that, wow, this girl's got talent. You made your way over to the States, and soon thereafter went viral with a song by Ed Sheeran called Thinking Out Loud. I was telling Risa off camera before the interview, I remember it because it really made the rounds on social media, which was still kind of, I don't want to say early Facebook, but it was one of like the first while that was shared a lot. What was that like for you to have that virality almost just as you got to the States? I'm sure you were like, ooh, I love America. You come and you go viral.
The funny thing about that is, so we recorded the video in a friend's living room in East Nashville, and my guitarist, like, he's fantastic, Dan Rising, he always arranges everything, but I was like, I want to do this mashup with Let's Get It On, which, because it's the same chords, like, let's do it. And so he's always been like my go-to man, and we put the video out, and it was like 2 or 3 days later, he calls me and he was like, our video has 1 million views. And I was like, sorry, what? I also made like the biggest boo-boo ever because I didn't like monetize my channel. So I actually, by the time I had figured out that I could have monetized it, because although it wasn't our song, it was our performance, apparently I could have made like 50 grand from that or something at the time. Yes, because the the Google sense, it's called. Like that's how you do it. The amount of views that it was at the time, that people were making bank from YouTube back then. Now it's like TikTok is free, but back then it was like a thing. And I literally was like, oh my gosh, I forgot it was one button. I should have just didn't click. Yeah, I'm not bitter, obviously, not bitter.
But Fiona, you know, it's all good because I want to buoy that with, obviously, you then eventually released your own song, Anywhere With You. But I also want to lean into this incredible song that's just out called Surrender All.
Mhm.
I'm curious the inspiration behind it and why it feels now is the time for you to not only release it, but release it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So, I mean, obviously it's been a year for everyone. I had my first baby in August, and in basically 3 weeks after I had him, I was like, I need to go make some more music, like right now. It was weird. It was like a real desperation, and I hadn't had any of that since, you know, that whole year I'd been pregnant, the world had been locked down. Before that, I was like in like a messy getting out of a label deal, and it was just a mess. And so I just kind of, the bad boyfriend was music, and I wasn't interested. I was like, let's just have like a normal life for a minute and just try and stop going back to the filthy ex, you know, it was like that. But then I was just like, hang on a minute, I need like, I have this feeling that I need to make some music, but I was like, but I want to make worship music, and I've always wanted to do that, so let's do it now. And that was in September. And so then in October, I went back and forth with a bunch of songs, but I've never written worship music before. So when I got sent all these songs to go through, I was like, I don't know which one like resonates with me. And then I heard Surrender All, and I was like, this one does, because this is everything that I've had to do with, you know, music, with motherhood, with this last year, just everything. And so we went into the studio to record it in October, to record the music. I hadn't yet done a vocal for it. And then in November, we found out my son was sick. So all the music stopped. My baby literally stopped breathing in my arms when he was 3.5 months old. And fast forward to December, to January 1st, was diagnosed with a genetic condition that didn't come from us, like out of nowhere. And he has to have a special diet and special care and all of this stuff. So then I'd forgotten that we'd even made this music or even started to. And one of the producers messaged me in March and was like, Fiona, this music is here. I've actually finished one of the songs. Can you come and do a vocal? And I was like, what do you mean you finished it? Like, he literally had got all the guitar parts put on it. He'd mixed it. It was like ready just for a vocal, ready to go. I hadn't even spoken to him, like nothing. So I went over to the studio, and I was just like, okay, well, this is the sign. Like, you literally have like picked me. I literally went from home couch to the studio, and I was like, I'm ready to make this song. Like, it's clear that it needs to be put out. So I have a whole record that's like, all the music is done, but I haven't done the vocals to yet. So this was why this song is out, because of everything that's happened in the last year. And then all the people involved in the project, like everybody just kind of went. And so I was just like, okay, well, we're just going to put it out. We're not even going to give it a second thought. We're going to put it out. It is what it is. And honestly, this is the first time that I've put out a song, and it's not about like how many streams it gets. Is it going to work for this? Is it this? Like somebody like barking at me about numbers, or you need to post this, you need to post that. And honestly, for me now, at this point in my career, it's just so freeing to just be like, just to surrender it and be like, this is me, this is my music. I don't give a rat's if it's not on every single playlist, whatever, like could be interested. Actually haven't even checked, so wouldn't even know. And it's nice. It's a nice place to be after years of being in this industry. Like, it's nice to just now be able to be like, this is what I do, this is what I love, this is what I believe, here it is, instead of trying to cater to something that's not like even relevant.
And I think to piggyback off of what you're saying, I know it was like, I think 2 weeks ago now, you had a round at the listening room downtown, and hearing you actually sing it live, was that the first time you sang it live?
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay.
I was like, if I tell the story, I am not.
It was so powerful, and the entire room was silent and with you and in tears with you, because we felt your truth in this journey. And it was like, this song is so meant to be for you in so many ways. And, you know, I guess my question is, will you be putting out a full record or more singles along these lines, or what's next on your road?
I have another one that's like ready to go, that was always going to be the first song. Actually, when I first started making it back in September, before my life just got crazy, if it's not crazy enough having a baby, I was taught a real lesson when it got really crazy, because I made it look too easy. I feel like, Fiona, you just popped him out like, and then I was like, and then my life fell apart. It was like egg on my face, like terrible. But the first song is actually called Together, but like, you know, after everything that happened, I was like, no, the timing of that doesn't work. It's great. Surrender All has to be first. Together needs to be second, because that just kind of tells the story. And then we'll just see what happens. Like, there's more songs, but I've also, you know, since putting out Surrender, now just got more rights happening and things. So I don't want to rush something. When there's no real timeline other than like how I feel, it's great.
Well, and I'm one more thing. I know Will wants to ask you something, but this made me think of it. We talk a lot on Talent Talk about how we feel that music is therapy. Do you agree?
Literally, well, let me tell you this. So my son has a genetic condition, so I spend a lot of my time in neurology, and it is a fact that if you play music to children with children, adults, anything with any neurological disorder, it helps create different pathways in their brain, which is why people with Alzheimer's remember songs. Like, they cannot even know their name, and you can play them a song and it will take them back to the moment that they're in. So like, yeah, this baby was meant to be for me, because we sing all the time, and I sang all the time to him before, and now like he's gonna be Instagram famous, because I put in a song and he just died. He's 1 year old and he just dances, and I'm like, what the dickens? Like,
Fiona, that's where your 50,000 is gonna come from, that you didn't get on YouTube.
Make it rain for mama.
Fiona, listen, what a beautiful song, not only to put out as an artist, but what a beautiful love letter to the human condition. Something that we've all been through these past 18 months, but also what a lot of young moms are going through. I don't want to unpack it now, but my sister has been on her own journey with getting pregnant. She just gave birth through a surrogate who happened to be her sister-in-law. It's its own Hoda cod peeve Today Show special.
Yeah.
But Fiona, your vulnerability is going to continue to inspire millions. And I think you know that, but you're so humble and filled with gratitude to not think about that, because your North Star was obviously to do it for you and your family. And because of that, how pure, how beautiful. And just for all artists listening and watching now, what a beautiful place to come to. It's still such a young woman, you know, even though you've been in this business for so long. I just wanted to share that.
You say young one more time, Will. Thank you.
Well, if I speak anymore, I will be a crying mess. But Fiona, you know, this is actually the most serious question of it all. Risa and I have a lot of more questions to ask you, but there's one in particular we have been waiting all 12 minutes to ask you. Fiona Culley, are you ready for game time?
Yes, always.
So, hey, Fiona, okay, we're going to play one of our newest games called Sing It, Guess It.
Well, Fiona, with Sing It, Guess It, Risa is going to be putting up a picture of a certain object or thing or place or person, and you, using your musical talents in whatever key you'd like, improvisationally give me clues to guessing what the picture is. But you see, I will not be able to see, because I will have my handy dandy tie-dyed face mask that is now going to ask as my blindfold. So Fiona, I have 30 seconds to get all three. And by the way,
30 seconds. Okay.
Fiona, and if I get all three in 30 seconds, there's a little prize for you at the end of the rainbow.
Okay.
No pressure. Ready, set, go.
Ooh, I like to enjoy you. You're white or red or pink.
Wine.
Boom. Oh, okay. What is that? Okay. Some people are allergic to you. You put you on a cracker. And
Cheese.
Blue. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got a nice green skin and you're soft inside and you can have you with eggs and
Avocado.
boom.
Yes. Oh! Are you kidding? Yes.
Fiona! We're amazing. And because Will guessed all three, we're gonna send you a little $25 gift certificate to grab maybe your favorite coffee of your choice. Yes. Where would that be actually? Where's your favorite coffee place? Do you have one?
Well, they do some really good coffee down the road here, but it's kind of like crack. If you drink it, you're like all day long. So I have to make sure that like I have very hydrated. What's it called?
Gotcha.
L&L.
Oh, L&L, the Honest, yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's coffee.
So
I'm like, you drink it, you're like, and then immediately you feel it just kind of like go through your veins, and you're just, did I just do?
Well,
Last
that
time I went with the baby, and I was like jogging home. It's bad.
Wait, can you just show me how to do the jog again?
Can we all try to do the jog?
Fiona Cully, you are not only an amazing artist, but you are a perfect example of someone who has not only done the work on themselves as an artist, but as a human in moving through your young adulthood, being a wife, being a mother, and now after this traumatic 18 months, but you also taking the trauma that you've dealt with personally to create something for good is incredibly moving and inspiring. And I'm so grateful to have met you and to have you on the show today. Risa, take it away.
Me too, Fiona, you've become one of my dearest friends, and I only know a small bit of your journey, but hearing you sing 2 weeks ago and knowing what's in front of you, and that I feel like your purpose is so incredible now and so wide now, and people need you, and you're just going to be on an amazing journey that we're going to sit and be a part of, and we can't wait to hear all that is to come.
You guys, woo! God, I'll get emotional now. Oh, the old me.
Again, I want to remind our audience more on the amazing Fiona Cully. You can read more about it right below this video. And we can't wait to see you next time on the next Talent Talk.